Hello, welcome to Somerset News Network. I'm here in the UK and we've got a tyrannical government. We've got Starmer and his friends in charge. I don't think any of the new British front bench and government have ever done a proper job. Now, I got me mega hat on and we're going to talk about the United States. I feel sorry for all the people that have lost their lives in the plane crash, and there's all sorts of theories going around of why it happens. Trump came out and said it's a result of DEI. Well, the investigation will find that out. Now, he must have had a briefing about this, so there must be some element amount of truth in it. But we know he's cancelled DEI in the United States. We haven't cancelled it here in the UK. Now, I'm all for everybody having a fair chance to get a job. But when you look at people's records and you got the best bloke for the job or the best lady for the job, there shouldn't be discrimination against race or colour or disability. I understand that, but that isn't DEI. What DEI does is say you've got to have 5%, 10%, or maybe 20% of people that fit the tick list for DEI. And this is what Trump is trying to fight. And he's right. You know, when I joined the civil service in 91, 92, something like that, I had to take a test. And I passed. I was accepted for a job in the civil service. It took 3 months for me to get a security check. I had a big form to fill in. I expect it's all done online now. My name, wife's parents' names and address, my parents' name, address, and grandparents. It's an MI5 check. And it took 3 months. And then I started work and I did 6 years in the civil service. Now, I've told you last time that I had 2 trips to the States. I love the American people. But the last 4 years of America was under DEI and I would say communist regime under Biden. We've now got this in the UK under Starmer. Starmer is, I don't know, a Marxist, communist, whatever you want to call him, socialist, you know. And they think that they're still fighting the class war that the Labour Party fought before the First World War and afterwards. You know, I would say that's mostly gone. But the problem is, because of DEI, what it's doing is playing into the hands of the rogue business people. The guys that want to make money. Because what they're now saying is what we will do is we will hire people under DEI and not pay them the going rate. So they're hiring illegals in the States. You know, people have lost their jobs in factories and then the factory owners have taken on illegal immigrants at half the wages. And it allegedly was going to happen here in this country. We needed illegal immigrants in the UK because we needed the jobs. We got so many unemployed. But the problem is, because they're illegal, they can't work. Only 18% of immigrants have got jobs. So we're having to pay for that. And it's the same in the States. You look at these sanctuary cities. The people come in through Mexico, go in through Arizona and California and Texas. They were, before Christmas, being picked up, looked after. Even FEMA was transferring its emergency funds to fund the illegal immigrants. They were housed, they were looked after, they got free Medicare, and they haven't paid into it. Medicare is like our National Health Service. Everybody in the UK pays in an insurance, national insurance payment. That pays for your hospital bills, your doctor, and it also pays for your pension. And they're having a go at that as well here in the UK now. Now, I can only speak what's happening to me and what I see around me. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. That's what this channel is all about. I'm not always right, but I think I'm right. Now, in America, you've got all these illegals, and people that have got jobs are losing them, and illegals are taking them over. Well, how are they paying them? Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about the break. Phone went. Always happens when I'm making a video. I sometimes have to start all over again, but I'm not going to do it this time. I'm just going to crack on. Now, where was I? Employing illegals. Now, in England, you say, oh, we can't employ illegals because of all the regulations, which is true. But they get over this. What they do is companies have a gangmaster. Now, we do this in agriculture, and they were Poles and Hungarians and Eastern Europeans, and they had a gangmaster. The farmer would pay the gangmaster a lump sum, and the gangmaster would pay his staff. Now, agricultural wages might be £12.50 an hour, but the gangmaster will only be paying £5 or £6 an hour if they're lucky. I used to help out on the farm in the summer. We'd do haymaking, we'd pick potatoes, we'd pick strawberries, any seasonal work. And what we would do is, to get extra money, I would work weekends. I worked from Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'd go and help on the farm. The people that worked on the farm Monday to Friday wanted to stay home with the kids. So we worked on the potato machine. We picked strawberries. Oh, we done all sorts, and obviously haymaking. But anyway, like I say, before I was in the civil service and I got the job, I was unemployed for 3 months. Luckily it was summer, it was nice weather, and I had the garden, I had all the vegetables growing. I didn't buy a vegetable. And I went out and I fished and I shot, and I kept myself in meat. But I thought I'd get a job doing the potatoes. The potato machine was there running in the fields. So I went up and saw the farmer. I said, hello. I said, I'm going up to shoot some rabbits up on the top there. They're a bit too many. He said, yeah, well done, Ian. Good lad. I said, do you want any help on the potato machine this year? It's all right. We've got a gang working of Hungarians. Hungarians? What about the locals that used to work on the potato machine last year? The ladies used to like it. because they could work on the potato machine, finish it 4 o'clock because the farmer was going to go and milk the cows, and go and pick the kids up from school. Brilliant. Now they've lost a job. And they've got these gang Hungarians. What they've done is rented a house. And there's 6 or 8 of them, plus the gangmaster. The farmer pays the gangmaster, and the gangmaster pays the farmer. So there was no work for me. I thought, all right, I'll help the guy out who makes rabbit hutches. You know, when I was unemployed, I was working there 2 or 3 days a week. I was helping to make rabbit hutches. I went down and seen him and said, oh, do you want any more work? Oh, no, I got 2 Poles working here now. They lived in a caravan out the back of the farmhouse. And the 2 Poles were making the rabbit hutches. So that was another job I lost. They were legal immigrants, I would suppose you'd say, but they were just taking our jobs for less money. Anyway, when things got tight, they all went back home, the Hungarians and the Poles, because they could live in their own country for almost next to nothing. And they were here to earn extra cash that they would send back home. But now we've got illegals in England. They're coming over the channel. And what do? We go out and pick them up. They're illegal. They're criminals. The same as the States. Now, the Democrats in the States are saying that migrants aren't criminals. Well, if they're illegal immigrants, they have broken the law, therefore they're criminal. Oh, it's a civil matter, the Democrats are saying. No, it's not. It's your country's law. It's criminal law. It's not civil law. Civil is between one person and another. Criminal law is to break the law, either stealing, murder, rape, or whatever, which they're all up to as well. You know? And what Trump is doing is he's got ICE and he's got the local sheriffs, and they're going out and picking up anybody that's rapists, murderers, shoplifters, you know, drug dealers, and the gangs. The gangs are terrorizing small towns. And Trump is right to remove these people from the country. Now, here in the UK, we're not doing that. In the UK, we have got a company that looks after migrants. They are buying rented homes so they can put migrants in it because they're running out of hotel space. So they'll take over a whole hotel, and they're changing the names of hotels. Up by Bristol Airport, where I live, there was a Holiday Inn. They changed the name of the Holiday Inn so the Holiday Inn don't get blamed for being a migrant camp, this great big hotel. Now my friend used to come down and either stay with me, which he can't anymore because we haven't got the rooms, but he used to stay at the Holiday Inn and then fly out to wherever he was going from Bristol Airport. He comes down to my place, has a cup of tea, and says, oh, I'm going back, I'm going to the hotel now. He gets to the hotel, name's changed, and he goes to the front door and they won't let him in. Well, I want to stay the night. I'm flying out tomorrow. And he's thrown out. Because it's now a migrant hotel. So where's he going to stay? So he comes back to my place, we go on the computer, and we get a bed and breakfast for the night for him. Now they're just taking over everything. And it's my taxes paying for these illegals. And then they moan that they got no money for the NHS. They got no money to repair the roads. Yeah, we're paying for all these illegal. And it's the same in the States. Look at California. Look at these wildfires. They were 50 firemen short in Los Angeles because they sacked them because they refused to take the COVID jab. And we now know the COVID jab is got all sorts of problems. There was a scientific paper done that said there was 3 to 200 times more DNA in the vaccine than the legal limit. And who found that out? It was a high school science project. Now, if this high school can find this out, why hasn't the government found this out? Because the government's being paid by Big Pharma, and Big Pharma are lobbying them. And it's the same in Britain. If there's something wrong with you, they give you a tablet. You've got a pill for everything. Now, sometimes, some of your things that you got wrong with you, you don't need a pill for it. You may need to change your diet, or may need to take, a different remedy. There was a case locally here that there was something wrong with the guy. I don't know what was wrong, but he was given what the pharmaceutical companies recommend for that condition. Anyway, he goes back to the doctors and a locum comes in. The locum's 70. So he's been round the block a few times. I used to play cricket with his son. And he takes a look and goes through and says, I know what to use with this. And he gave him a drug that was designed in the 60s that was cheap, off the shelf. And whatever condition, he had it cleaned up in 2 weeks. Absolutely brilliant. But what we've done is we've lost corporate memory in our National Health Service. Things that worked, we're being told, that's old stuff, that doesn't work. We got new drugs for this, new drugs for that. And I think this is what's happening in the United States. Is the drugs companies are lobbying the states and the government so that they can make money. Not necessarily for the good of the patient, but for the good of the bank balance of the drug companies. And I think RFK is going to be brilliant. I think he's going to get through that. But he's going to have an uphill battle all the way. A lot of the Democrats are funded by drug companies. A lot of the Republicans are funded by drug companies. And it's the same in the UK. We have to get back to common sense. That's why I support Mega, and that's what I hope we can do in Britain. Why I support Nigel Farage. Anyway, that's enough chat for today. I think I've said enough. We'll be back as soon as we can. Bye bye.